Ukraine's president says the Capitol attack makes it hard for the world to see the U.S. as a symbol of democracy.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in a new interview with Axios that aired Sunday said that the violent insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6 greatly tarnished the world's image of the U.S. Asked how he felt as he watched the Capitol attack from afar, Zelensky said he was very shocked, and could not imagine that something like this was possible in the U.S. He described the deadly insurrection as a strong blow to American democracy. President Donald Trump provoked the violent insurrection involving his supporters at the Capitol as he continued an effort to overturn the 2020 election based on groundless allegations of mass voter fraud. Trump was urging his Ukrainian counterpart to begin an inquiry into baseless allegations that Biden used his influence as vice president in the Obama administration to shield his son from a legal probe in Ukraine. Trump also wanted Zelensky to look into a debunked conspiracy theory that Ukraine, not Russia, interfered in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. The call took place as Trump withheld millions of dollars of congressionally approved military aid to Kiev, which heavily relies on U.S. assistance amid an ongoing war with Kremlin-supported separatists in eastern Ukraine. Trump was ultimately impeached in the House in December 2019 for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress in relation to his Ukraine dealings, but acquitted in the Senate in February 2020. After the Capitol siege in January, Trump was impeached a second time for inciting the insurrection.
This post received a score of 56,000, with an upvote ratio of 81%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Remember that one time a sitting president asked an election official for more votes?
Remember the guy who said the world would respect us again? Aged like milk.
One of Trump's points during his 2016 campaign was that the world was laughing at us and didn't respect us when Obama was president. Can anyone from outside of the United States tell me if he had any merit to this claim at all?
Usually shocked how people can be so nationalistic and patriotic when there are so many hugely glaring systemic failures. Inequality, poor healthcare, massive incarceration, military overspending, poor workers' rights, and an amazing ability for poor people to not realize they will most likely never be rich, yet still side with the rich on social issues. Nobody is laughing, because it isn't funny. It's shocking and sad to see how propagandized the nation is. Living near the border, it is shocking watching American news vs news from other countries.
They want inequality so long as there is someone beneath them they can shit on, and preferably minorities. They want privatized healthcare because they don't want their tax dollars paying for someone else's healthcare. Militantly anti-union and always willing to bend the knee to wealth even when wealth openly cheats them. This really is how about 1/3 to 1/2 of the entire population is.
What many fail to grasp and understand, is that you and all the policy holders at X Healthcare are all already paying your premium into the giant pool, so to speak. When you make a claim, you're pretty much drawing on the pool when you need it. You and every other policy holder. The difference is there's a business making profits as an extra step. I'm a welder. The amount of dumbass fuckery I hear from the blue-collar boys is uncanny.
Forklift operator here. Almost half the guys on my shift have been in for surgery in the past 12 months. Driving over concrete all day is hard on the body. Each of them is in debt for their medical procedures and each of them rails against universal healthcare. Meanwhile, I spent around 30 years of my life living in Australia with their Medicare system. I just keep my mouth shut.
It wasn't the global kidnapping, or the forever offshore prisons, or the torture of prisoners of war, or the unaccountable drone bombings, or taking down of other countries' leaders. I mean, all of those things could be done by a democracy. Not an ethical one, but if the whole population is evil, it could be completely legitimate. And #X200B, the Capitol Hill attack was an attack at democratic process itself.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.